Welcome to When the Music Mattered. My name is Ray Rauth, and I will be your solo host for today. Ladies and gentlemen, let me please introduce to you the lead singer of Chasing the Fall, Andy. Andy, how are you?
How's it going? Are you okay?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here. Let me just jump right into this. What is it about pop punk and punk and I actually hate the term pop punk, but but that's what it is. I know it's how people see it, right? But what is it about punk and pop punk and rock and roll? What was it about that genre of music that really pulled you in and made you stay and made you want to keep going?
It's just something that, because we grew up with it, and we grew up with it for 20 years. Literally, well, maybe not 20 years, maybe 10 years. Then it started to fall out when smartphones come in and actual pop come in, and Ed Sheeran made an appearance. But I felt like it was something I love a catchy melody, and I just think anything that I can just like that to for hours and hours and hours and hours has got me hooked straight away. And I find it quite easy to write to it. It's we've got. I feel like now I'm again, like you said before, I'm not aiming for new young pop punk fans. They're not my. I don't feel like they're my target audience. I feel like the ages between 30 and 40 are the people that are my demographic.
Does it ever irritate you that punk rock music arguably was born, bred, and grew throughout the UK? Obviously, the greatest punk band ever, The Clash, came out of the UK, and yet the genre of music you're playing now is always assimilated and always kind of compared to and thought of as an American genre. Does it ever irritate you guys there across the pond?
It's not something I know too much about, to be fair, because they were like 70s, 80s and stuff. I was born in 90s, so I started listening to it in early 2000s. So it was a bit out of my age range there. Um but I appreciate that's where it come from with the Sex Pistols and people like that. But then, it went over the water, and it got that pop feeling to it. Maybe that's where the catchiness comes from. It's not just rock and roll and we'll fuck shit up and this, that, and the other. It's, there's meaning behind it and story behind it. It's not too political, like, stuff like that.